You look cute. You look so cute.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
You're recording right now?
Yeah. You guys ready for this?
What's up? I'm Zach.
This is Zach.
You may or may not know me. I'm never on these things.
Hey guys, I'm super excited for today's vlog because we're gonna tell you guys how we ended up on the front row at the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. I mean, front row, on the floor. He's giving his monologue. This is us. And Jimmy Fallon's right there. This is how we did it. Okay, so it all started when us and our two friends, Robert and Jessica, we decided to go to New York, and we really wanted to, like, do everything we could while we were in New York, and we seriously did so much, and it was amazing, and it was our first time in New York, and it was everything it was everything that anyone ever said New York was. It was big, it was loud, it was crazy, it was beautiful, it was magical. It was so magical. So one of the things we wanted to do was
go see Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show.
we love Jimmy.
So just for anyone who doesn't know, the way that you get tickets to The Tonight Show, they're not paid for. It's a total, totally free, but you have to do some homework beforehand. So the way it works is the month before they tape, the first day of the month before they tape, they announce, or they release all of the tickets to all the shows that following month.
Right, so we were going in October, so we had to get online to look for tickets the first couple days of September.
Yeah, exactly. And in order to know exactly when they're releasing them, you need to follow, like, The Tonight Show, and I think there's a couple other, like, Twitter accounts that'll tell you when exactly they're going to release them, like, whatever. I think it was, like, 11 a.m. Eastern time on like September 3rd or something. They were going to release all the tickets for October tapings of The Tonight Show. Mm-hmm. So we were following them on Twitter. We found out when that release date was going to be. Then what you got to do is you have to create an account on this, like, it's called like My IOTA something.com, tickets, Jimmy Fallon, Tonight Show, something like that. Tara will put the link in the description or something like that, I'm sure. But so you got to create accounts for all that. And then it just basically comes down to being on the site when they release all the tickets and, like, refreshing your browser as fast as you can.
We had us two and our two friends. We were all online. Zach was at work. Robert was at school. Me and Jessica were like, I think, was Jessica at work too?
Probably.
And I was at home. And so I'm like, Porter, you better not talk to me right now.
And then on top of that, I actually had my mom and another friend of mine log into my account as well. And, like, all of us were clicking. Anyway, so yeah, as soon as the clock struck, I guess it would have been, was it 8 a.m. our time?
We start refreshing it, and it didn't come up right away. You had to keep, like, it took maybe like a minute for it to kick in. We were, like, really nervous.
Yeah. They don't give anybody the tickets, but they'll put you on the wait list if you've, like, at least passed that first, you know, checkpoint, kind of. You have to do that to get in.
And you have to watch out because there's the rehearsal, there's the run-through, and then there's the real show.
Yeah, there's the monologue rehearsal, and then there's the actual taping of The Tonight Show. So yeah, be careful not to click on the other one if that's not what you want to do. Then I think it just comes down to the waiting game. So what happened is, out of the four of us, we had 4 different accounts going. 3 of us got waitlisted.
Right.
You, Jessica, and me all got on, like, the wait list. Robert didn't get in, but we still love him. You wait a couple months, and I think when it gets a little bit closer, because that was in the beginning of September, we were going to be in New York in October, and then once it gets a little bit closer to your taping date, they'll actually send you an email to let you know whether or not you're in. One random morning, Tara and Jessica both got an email saying that they had gotten tickets.
Yeah, so we each had 4 tickets. So we had 8 tickets total. So I ended up telling them, what's the term?
Well, you can't, like, it seems like, oh yeah, we got 8 tickets, but they're non-transferable.
Yeah, I couldn't have given them to random people.
You have to put the names of the other people you're going with and their emails and everything like that. So, like, they're not transferable. So anyway, so yeah, but we both got the tickets or whatever. But even then, you're not, like, officially in yet. That's just another hurdle. On the back of the ticket, it's like, you know, it's a first come first serve. You still have to, like, be at the studio at the exact right time. Yeah.
So we had to print out the tickets and have them with us. Here's some more things that you need to know. You can't have any large bags when you go. Like, we had a couple backpacks with us because we were walking around the city all day. We actually had to go drop them off, and then we headed back, and we couldn't even have like purses, like big big purses. But then we got there, and like there were lots of people who had like medium-sized bags.
Yeah.
So they'll say that, but
can I elaborate a little bit on? As soon as we got there too, the other thing I asked the page was whether or not they let people in. Like, I think it said you have to be there at, what was it, like 3:15? It was something like that.
Or 2:15 or something.
But
you couldn't hang out there. You couldn't like just like wait in line like you would for like, you know, the showing of Batman or something.
Because it's inside like the studio. It's not like you're out on the sidewalk.
And so they're like, hey, you need to leave.
So they'll kick you out.
So we left and dropped our bags off, and then when we came back, it was like the perfect time to start going in. But there were like already people in there, and so we were like...
It was before the time you were supposed to get in.
Yeah, and there was like a ton of people in there, so that's another thing. But anyway, it's good to obey the rules that they tell you, but I don't know, there's a little bit more leeway than they probably
another
say.
takeaway would be, you know, the pages probably have to tell you what they have to say, like, don't line up here before the stated time, you know, no bags, but I think when it comes down to it, they'll kind of let you do it. Anyway. Take that at your own risk or whatever. Yeah.
So we get there, we don't have our bags anymore, we're ready to go. We get in and you go up the beautiful like stairs into like this cool like was this when we went to the Peacock
Well,
Lounge?
this is waiting to get in.
There's like a big line. There's a couple of lines that people are just waiting in, and so you don't know like what that line's for or what this line is for, like who's gonna go in first, and like so we were just very like worried that we weren't in yet. At this point, we were still worried that we weren't going to get let in because there were a lot of people there.
There were a lot of people, and they're lining up on. So it's kind of like a circular room, and then on the end, like right at basically the top of the stairs, there's a person there. They tell you which line to go into, and then right past them is the Peacock Lounge, which we later found out.
Yeah. Okay, so then we're in this line, and then we get sent to like this desk where they were giving out these tickets, these little blue cards. So he would pick which letter you got. We didn't know what letters meant, so we didn't have any idea, but my parents had been to some, you know, late night show a long time ago, and they had heard that if you're like super like hyper and excited and happy, that like that might help in getting you in the show. So I kept telling my friends like, okay guys, we have to be like smiling, like make sure you don't have like slack faces or like just be excited and happy, and hopefully they'll like, I don't know, maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. It couldn't hurt to be excited. So we had been like actively like smiling.
But we were legitimately excited about it, and then add on top of that like a little bit of knowledge that like, hey, maybe if you act fun and happy or whatever. The other good thing was we were about the same age as a lot of the pages and all that.
Yeah. So if you talk to, you know, if you get chatting. And
so we had talked to a couple of them, and then when we got into that desk she was talking about where they have the actual tickets to the Tonight Show with the letters on the back, we were like, I don't know how it all happened, but we like struck it or like hit it off with
the guy who was handing
us the ticket.
Like, I don't know if he's like that with everybody.
Like we
had a connection.
He was like, hey, and we were like, hey, long time no see, how's it going? Like as if we knew him, but he totally went with it and was super nice and fun with us too.
He was so nice.
And he gave us tickets that were letter D. You don't remember?
I don't remember.
So yeah.
Letter D. We didn't know what that meant though at this point. So we were like,
our tickets were letter D. It was all four of us. And obviously, you can guess where we're probably going with this, but
this is a long story. It's almost over.
A little teaser right there. So anyway, you get your tickets, then you go to
the Peacock Lounge, and it's awesome. It's just, I mean, there's just a bunch of couches with some TVs showing some clips of Jimmy Fallon, who we love. And there's bathrooms. You can go to the bathroom because you're not allowed to obviously get up during the show, so make sure you use that.
But you're not allowed to take pictures.
No pictures
at all.
There was people like sitting next to us, and like. I couldn't tell they were taking pictures, but like one of the guys came up to him and like made him like show the pictures on his phone and made him delete them. And so like of course we wanted to take pictures, but we also wanted to go see Jimmy Fallon. So.
Yeah, we didn't want to risk getting kicked out because of that.
We did not even risk it.
So basically, they, you know, as you could probably guess, the letters on the back are the alphabetical order that you're gonna line up in. Here's how we got super lucky. We were D. But it just worked out. They had A through D basically get in the first elevator that went up to get seated, right? So
it's us and then three other groups, A through D, anyone with A through D tickets.
Yeah.
So we all get up and we go get in the elevator.
So, but because we were D, we were the last ones in the elevator, so we're closest to the door. So the door goes up to the floor that you get out on, and we're the first ones out the door. So we're the first ones who walk up to the page, who's sitting at the top of the seating, you know, in the studio.
There might have been a couple elbows, like.
But we were the first ones to get seated, and it was that same page who gave us the tickets at the front. with the letter D who seated us, and he basically held up a 4, motioned to the page down at the bottom, and like pointed to like the seats down at the very bottom.
Front row. We were like
the very 4 right in the front, right in the center. So pointed down there, and we were like walking down the stairs.
We like flew down the stairs.
Oh my gosh,
we were like crying.
It was amazing.
It was really
So we got to be there right on the front row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how it happened.
And
then it was amazing. Okay, so it was really awesome. We're in the front row. Everyone's coming in, and I mean, it's a small theater, so any seat in there is going to be awesome. But it was just fun to be, right in the front. But the one thing that was kind of a downer of being in the front row, when they start filming, the cameras are right in front of us. I mean, literally, I couldn't see the desk or Jimmy Fallon pretty much the whole time. Except when they were doing the monologue, I could see them and stuff, and like they did like little things on the stage side of the studio. So it was a little bit of a downer. I was kind of upset about that, but it was still like the front row at Jimmy Fallon, and we got to be like on that clip.
But you still know Jimmy's just right there, and there's a monitor right over your head. You can look up and you can like see what you're missing, and you can kind of like I at least.
And when he like comes out to answer questions, like at the end, he just kind of like walks around and talks with everybody. I mean, we were right there when he's giving high fives all around. We got to give him a high five. So I would probably say a better seat. I mean, not like you get to choose or anything, but like there's a front row like to the side of us, but it wasn't like on the ground, it was like on a bar because there's a desk in front of him. But like that row would have been good just because it's a little higher up, or like anywhere like further on the sides rather than like right in the...
We got a high five from Jimmy, like I touched his hand, he like lingered for a second.
He hand lingered.
And like we got some airtime, like we were all dancing on TV and stuff like that, so it was pretty awesome.
So that's how we got our front row seats to Jimmy Fallon. It's like, I don't know, it was totally like a fluke. I would say be very like outwardly animated when you're there, because it will not hurt your chances, because they want excited people obviously to like keep the audience hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the story of how we got our front row tickets. So let's review. The tickets come out the month before the month of shows you want to go to, right? We wanted to go in October. The tickets came out the beginning of September. Stay on Twitter and other social media to hear about when they're going to be posting those tickets.
The exact time and date that they're going to release the tickets.
So that's the most important thing, is getting those tickets, and then, getting on the wait list, and whether or not you get them, like, it's not really up to you. Another thing to remember is to just not have any big bags weighing you down when you get there. Be on time.
If not early, a little bit early, be on time, be excited.
Yeah, and that's really all it takes to get in the show.
And enjoy yourself, because it was awesome.
It was
like
so
we like before Jimmy comes out, they play all of like the greatest moments from the show that they've taped so far, and like it's all so funny.
It's so exciting.
We were like so giddy about it, and then like he walks out and just freak out. It's awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's how we got into Hamilton. Oh my gosh. My brain. So anyway, that's how we got into the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what it's called. The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
I'm so bad with words.
The roots were great, super exciting.
Oh, the roots were amazing.
If you like this video, please like it. Comment below in the descriptions about your must-dos in New York and your tips if you got tickets to the Tonight Show. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.